Well, hello. Mo-Nan here, back for another video. My thoughts, part four, people. Today I'm going to be talking about. Excuse me. Today I'm going to be talking about the past and what the past does to certain people, and kind of explain, I guess, my opinion on like past and things like that. Basically, what I've learned is that the past does shape your future. Even the negative, even as bad as people don't want the negative to shape their life, shape what they want to do, shape how they're trying to do it, it becomes a little different. They start to not think about that, but then things like that creep up. The past also has to do with a lot of holding grudges for people and things like that, and I've done that for years. It took a lot of emotional stress out of me as a human to have empathy and sympathy for people, but to hold a grudge, that's something that's really hard to deal with, and that's something really hard that a lot of people are hard to let go. They feel like they have to hurt that person to do something just as evil, or up the ante, just so they can, like, let out their feelings and stuff like that, which I totally understand. So I mean, I've had those type of situations often, very often, and I've been slowly learning how to cope with that. Certainly learning how to try to let things go, how to really get that shit off your soul and off your heart, and holding that to your future does shape what your future will be. Your pain, everything that's happened in your past, good or bad, will always shape what it is. And some things you probably won't realize, or understand where something means until you are older. It's happened to me. It's probably happened to a million other people who have, weirdly enough, have had situations where they're just like, they think about something from their past, but then they put things together and then they realize, wait a minute, now I understand. Like, now you get it, things like that. And that's a very good step in a direction, because I feel like a lot of things happen to people in their past and then they block it out really bad so they don't remember it. I've done that to myself before, but a lot of the stuff I still remember here and there, because no matter what you do, it'll always be there. And it'll come at the worst time. I can tell you that for sure. But that's just always something I've always wanted to let people know and have them understand, and really think about that a past can shape your future, no matter how good or bad it is, and that looking at your past can help you understand your future, can help you understand yourself even better, especially if you analyze everything correctly, or talk to somebody who's probably been in that same situation or has even been around. Um, it for me, I know a lot of people have like siblings, and I know a lot of people who don't have siblings. Me, I have siblings, but it's a weird situation when it comes to mine. They took one route, I took another one, and so it was hard, like growing up, especially having my brother who's younger than me, because I have a younger brother, I have an older brother, and I also have a sister, and we're around the same age. Um, Me and my sister, we're not speaking, but we have but I think it's kind of for the best. I think we've really kind of out, there's a lot, I'll go into that later. But when it comes to my brothers, they both took, like, the gang banging, selling dope and things like that, and I kind of felt like, and I always felt like an outcast because I wasn't that kid. I was always somebody who was a nerd and things like that. So with that being said, like, with me seeing like the opposite side, and even with my family being of gang banging and things like that, I got bullied a lot because of that. That I can understand, especially in the neighborhood I lived in. So I used to get bullied a lot, not just because of me being a sensitive kid, but because also who my family affiliated themselves with. And I never put two and two together until I got older, and then that made a lot more sense of what was really going on. Um, so for me, it's been difficult. It's hard to really take a grip on your past and really try to do something with it and try to make something out of it, and really fully understand it. And I know a lot of people hold a lot of hate and grudges towards tons of people. I know I do, and it's been really hard for me to get over that. But I completely understand, and I hope in my heart that somebody has the strength and will listen to this video and listen to somebody who goes through the exact same emotions, that do whatever you can to let that go. Write it out, write a letter, do a video, like do something to let that out. You have to let that out, because the sooner you let that out, the easier it'll be. When I started my live feeds and started trying to gain momentum, I was speaking about stuff that's happened to me because it made me feel better. Now, of course, you can talk to a therapist and things like that. I always encourage that, especially in the black community. I feel like people need to go and talk to somebody who's professional and who knows what they're talking about. I feel like going to your grandmother or talking to the fucking Lord does not help anything. Somebody needs a real talk. Somebody needs to be honest and be real with them. That's what a conversation needs to be. Hurt your feelings or not, the real will help you realize what is going on. And I always encourage, and I'm going to start encouraging more, for people to tell me what they feel like I need to change and what I need to do better. It's been difficult for me because I'm still learning. And I know a lot of people feel like, well, there's a lot of things that I do are wrong, but it's just like, in my opinion, and maybe if I talk to a few people more about it, it might change a different outlook and might be different to other people, or things might be interpreted different, things like that. So this was something I really want to talk about. I feel like the past is something that a lot of people deal with and a lot of people are hard to cope with, but I feel like if you put the effort into it, it could work, and you can use your past as something great. You can use your past to realize something about yourself that you didn't know. Look at your past and see how far you have come and what you have accomplished, because I've been at the bottom of the bottom and had to sell my mind, body, and soul just to even be where I am now. And I refuse to give up. And sometimes I always want to give up. And I know a lot of people always feel like that. They feel like no one cares. They want other people's approval, which I understand what that's like, to have even somebody close to you to say that you're worth something, that, you know what I'm saying, just to give you some type of boost, just to feel like, okay, these fuckers care about me. Now, people do it in different ways. And I feel like people have to really be able to understand how certain people display that. Now, me, I had a harsher version of that. They were actually trying to build me up, and I learned that as I became the person I am today, and it made me a harder person. It made me a better person, and I really enjoyed that. So I just say, for people out there who are going through that, who are outcasts of the outcasts, who are an outsider from the outsiders, like that, somebody who just does not fit in any type of norm, maybe physical, mental disability, somebody who is gay and really who live in a small town, who's never had sex, who's never had any type of intimacy at all or anything, people who don't have any friends. I want to speak for you. I want to speak for the ones who don't get spoken to. I want to interview these people and find out what is going on, what I feel like they need to change, because I feel like these people need a voice, but not just a voice. They need somebody to talk to and be like, look, this is what you need to do. Because there are tons of people I speak to that are in small towns that are either gay or just are completely lost, and they don't know what to do because they're in such a small town. And I say small towns are really nice because I do like them. I cannot knock small towns. Okay, the city is not awesome, and I'm the type of nigga who don't mind being on a farm. I don't know if I really want to farm. I like go mud and have fun out there, but me trying to actually like do that type of shit, I don't know. I'm lazy as fuck when it comes to that. But I plant flowers maybe, or some bud shit. Hey, but when it comes to that, those are the people I feel like need to be spoken to, because there's tons of situations where I have had very interesting conversations with a lot of people, and I want to start having more conversations with these people. I want to start interviewing these people, because I feel like there's just a lot of situations that people wouldn't understand, and but I feel like their story could really teach you something and really can show you something. And I've always felt like that. So thank you guys. Please watch. Please, show me that that you're motivated, that I'm motivated. Make sure that I can keep my videos going, and I want to keep doing this the best of my ability. And sooner or later, I'm going to start editing or getting this editing shit figured out. So, but thank you guys. Mo-Nan out.